Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our online session. I am Dr. Nafisa Rashid, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacology, Boshundhara Ad-Din Medical College. Our today's topic is anticholinergic drug, and I am going to focus on antimuscarinic drug. So let's get started. Anticholinergic drug. The drug which blocks the cholinergic receptors are mentioned as anticholinergic drug. There are two types of anticholinergic drug, as there is two receptors of cholinergic system. Number one is muscarinic receptor and number two is nicotinic receptor. So anticholinergic drugs can be divided into two types. Number one, antimuscarinic drug, and number two, anti-nicotinic drug. The drug which competitively blocks the muscarinic receptors and antagonizes the action of acetylcholine are mentioned as antimuscarinic drug. On the other hand, the drug which blocks the nicotinic receptors are called anti-nicotinic drug. Anti-nicotinic drug can be defined as two types: ganglion blockers and neuromuscular junction blockers. But today I am going to focus on antimuscarinic drug. The prime drug of antimuscarinic system or drugs is atropine. The atropine is named from the Atropa belladonna. This is a plant source drug. There is a myth that a beautiful lady named Belladonna used atropine to dilate her pupil of the eye for beautification. For that reason, atropine is named so, Atropa belladonna. What are the properties of atropine? The main properties of atropine are: it is a tertiary amine. That means it has 3 amine in its chemical structure, and it is highly lipid soluble. As it is lipid soluble, it can cross the blood-brain barrier also, and it has CNS effects. Now, is there any use of atropine in clinically? There is limited use of atropine clinically because it has prolonged duration of action, like 7 to 10 days. It has wide range of action and it is not selectively action. As a result, nowadays atropine is not used clinically, but in some cases, some special cases, atropine is used also. Now, what are the pharmacological effects of atropine? We know that it antagonizes the effects of acetylcholine. So, at first we have to know what are the pharmacological effects of acetylcholine. I have mentioned in my last classes that what are the pharmacological effects of acetylcholine, and today the atropine antagonizes the effects of that. As a result, on CVS, the heart rate, peripheral resistance, cardiac output, blood pressure, all the parameters are increased by using atropine. Exocrine glands, all the secretions are decreased. As a result, there is decreased lacrimation, decreased sweating, decreased salivation. Effects on eye. Effects on eye is very important in case of atropine. Number one, it dilates the radial muscle. As a result, there is mydriasis of eye, that is dilatation of the pupil. Number two, effect on ciliary muscle. There is relaxation of the ciliary muscle. As a result, obstruction of the canal of Schlemm and loss of light reflex and accommodation reflex also. And there is drainage of decreased drainage of the aqueous humor. As a result, intraocular pressure is raised. There is lacrimation is decreased. Now, as a whole, we can say that the atropine effects on eyes are: number one, mydriasis; number two, increased IOP; number three, accommodation reflex are lost; number four, light reflex are lost; and there is dry eye. Now, what are the effects on smooth muscle? The effects on smooth muscles can be divided into some parts, like respiratory tract muscle, like GI tract muscle, like genitourinary tract muscle. Now, the respiratory tract muscle, there is bronchodilation and there is decreased bronchial secretion. As a result, the patients of bronchial asthma are improved by using atropine. Number 2, on GIT, there is decreased HCl secretion and there is relaxation of the smooth muscle and also contraction of the sphincter of the GIT. So, it can be used in case of diarrhea. And genitourinary tract, there is relaxation of the detrusor muscle. You know that there is a special type of muscle in the urinary bladder, and that is detrusor muscle. And there is and here contraction of the trigone and also of the sphincter of the bladder occur. Now, effects on CNS. On normal dose, it causes mild restlessness, excitement and also drowsiness. But in toxic dose, there is more excitation, agitation, hallucination, disorientation, and also patient can be in coma also. Now, I am classifying the antimuscarinic drugs. It is very important for your written and both viva examination. At first, it can be classified into two types. Number 1, natural, and number 2, atropine-like synthetic substance. That is, number 1 natural and number 2 are synthetic. The natural antimuscarinics are number 1, atropine, that comes from Atropa belladonna, and number 2, scopolamine or hyoscyamine, that comes from Datura stramonta. Now, the synthetics are, these are the atropine-like substance. They are mydriatics like tropicamide, tropicamide, humatropine, cyclopentolate, etc. Now, anti-asthmatic, that is ipratropium bromide, anti-Parkinsonism, benzhexol, benztropine, anti-secretory, pyrenzepine, telenzepine, and hyoscine butyl bromide is used as antispasmodic and scopolamine used as anti-emetic. Now, what are the therapeutic uses of atropine? As I have told you that there is limited action of atropine. Why? Because it has prolonged duration of action, that is 7 to 10 days, and it has wide range of action. So, it is only used in two cases. Number 1, OPC poisoning, and number 2, cholinergic crisis. Then what are the benefits of atropine substitute? Why they are used? As there are many adverse effects in case of atropine, there is better option, that is atropine-like synthetic substance. They are used because they have short duration of action, they have limited action, they have specific and selective action, and also side effects are minimum. Now, what are the uses of the atropine substitute? Atropine substitutes may be used as mydriatics. Through mydriatics, we can examine the retina and optic disc of the ophthalmoscope by ophthalmoscope, and to prevent any inflammatory condition like uveitis, iritis, we can examine the eye properly. And also, in case of eye injury, to keep the eye in rest, mydriatics are used. Number 2, as antispasmodic. In case of GIT colic, biliary colic, renal colic, we need some antispasmodic drugs, and here atropine-like substitutes are better. Now, in case of anti-Parkinsonism, we can use atropine to decrease the acetylcholine secretion. In case of Parkinsonism, there is increased acetylcholine secretion and increased effects of acetylcholine. So, to counteract the effects of acetylcholine, we can use atropine-like substitute. Now, anti-asthmatic, I have told you before that the bronchial asthma patient feels better by using the atropine, but they will not use atropine directly. They will use ipratropium bromide to reduce the bronchial spasm and bronchial secretion. There are some indications also, like traveler's diarrhea for anti-motion sickness, and also it is used in pre-anesthetic medication to decrease the secretion of the salivary gland and sweat gland, salivary gland, etc. Now, what are the adverse effects of atropine? The adverse effects of atropine are number 1, CNS, it is tachycardia. Number 2, eye. There is increased IOP, mydriasis, photophobia. Huge mydriasis causes photophobia, and it is also disturbance of the eye. And loss of accommodation reflex is also a problem, because his normal activity will be hampered by loss of accommodation reflex. There will be dry eye and blurred vision also, and dry eye is responsible for the infection also. In case of GIT and urinary tract, there may be constipation and retention of urine. That is also a problem of atropine. And exocrine glands, there is secretion of the glands will be reduced. As a result, there will be dry skin, dry eye, dry mouth. For dry mouth, the patient cannot talk spontaneously, and there is dry skin and also hyperthermia that leads to the atropine fever, and there is dry or sandy eye. Now, if adverse effects of CNS are restlessness, agitation, I have told it before that in normal dose they act like some restlessness, but in toxic dose there may be agitation, hallucination, severe excitement, drowsiness, coma, etc. Now, what is atropine fever? The fever that is caused due to atropine. That means antimuscarinic action of atropine leads to the suppression of the thermoregulatory sweating system. As a result, the body temperature is increased, and this type of fever is mentioned as atropine fever. Now, contraindication of atropine, in case of glaucoma, in case of enlarged prostate, any mechanical obstruction of the hollow tube, and late origin of MI are the contraindicated cases in case of atropine. Now, atropine poisoning. Atropine poisoning occurs when huge amount of atropine is used due to some reason like OPC poisoning or cholinergic crisis. We have to use atropine in high dose or large dose. So, by using so much atropine, there may be poisoning of the atropine. The signs symptoms are hot, dry skin, increased body temperature, patient is talkative but cannot talk smoothly because due to dry mouth, and difficulty in swallowing, loss of light reflex and accommodation reflex, and there are also constipation and retention of urine. What are the treatment? The last slide is what are the treatment of this atropine poisoning. The treatment is stomach wash by potassium permanganate. For restlessness of the CNS, we can use diazepam, and the specific antidote is physostigmine. You have to mention that neostigmine is not used because physostigmine is more used here because it is muscarinic effect, and neostigmine has nicotinic effects mainly. So this is that's all in our today's class. Allah Hafiz.